So my name's Katie. I'm the Sustainability Manager here at the Trust. We are joined by Lewis as well, who's going to be talking a little bit about LiftShare. So if we get started. So if no one is aware of our green plan is essentially how we're going to be net zero by 2040. And within our green plan, we have 50 actions that we need to complete essentially in order to do that. So 3 of our actions within the green plan are actually related very, very closely to sustainable cars, which is a little bit about what we're kind of going to focus on today. So you can see we've got the 3 there. So we've got sustainable travel routes, promoting salary sacrifice, ultra low / zero emission vehicles, and our ultra low / vehicle / zero emissions vehicle fleet, which is our business fleet that we really need to start encouraging our staff to use for business travel. So I'll get started on the business travel. So you might have heard of Ubeeqo before, but they are essentially quite a well-known brand that a rental company basically. We use Ubeeqo for our 10 vehicles that can be used by staff for business travel. So they're located in our car park 3. I'll just play a little video here, just of our colleague Richard getting in one of the cars. So as you can see, if you don't know where car park 3 is, it's just by our AstraZeneca, just over the side, and then we've got the Royal Patworth. So 6 of our vehicles are hybrids, which obviously are a lot less carbon bad than the normal petrol. We do the other 4 are petrol. So if you're not used to driving hybrids, because they are all automatics, then we do have the alternatives, but we do encourage people to use our hybrids, and they are the more kind of popular ones anyway. So we are looking at kind of increasing those if we can. But essentially, the Ubeeqo cars are really, really easy to use. You simply kind of log into their app, book a car, then you use your phone to unlock the car, and then there are some keys in the glove box. So it's actually really, really simple to use. You have to register to be a member of our car club, but anyone that's in CUH can be a part of the club. You literally just need to email Karen or Claire, as the emails are down at the bottom, and then they'll be able to send you an invite to be part of the club. And then you can join on and start using them. But it's a really, really great way for us to reduce our carbon emissions as a trust, and it's really, really easy to use. So that is our business travel. So we also have our electric vehicle salary sacrifice cars. So our salary sacrifice cars, a lot of people aren't actually aware are there. We have 3 different types of salary sacrifice cars. So we've got the fully electrics, the hybrids, and then we do have our normal kind of petrol vehicles, obviously because we're under no illusion that the electric cars and the hybrids are a little bit more expensive. So if it's something that you simply kind of can't afford, even with the salary sacrifice, there are still petrol cars on there if you still need to purchase a car. So essentially the salary sacrifice cars are it's a really, really easy sort of process, but you will, a part of your salary every month will go into the salary sacrifice company, which we use, Knowles Fleet, and you, because your salary is slightly lower, you pay less tax, so you end up saving money. So it's a really, really kind of, it's a cheaper way to lease a car than if you were to do it outside of our scheme. We also have a kind of a range of benefits that you get from that as well. So you get breakdown cover, you get a huge choice of vehicles, you get road tax, insurance. So there's loads of kind of good benefits to it. And it's, people use it as a good way to test whether they kind of, their lifestyle will work with an electric car, as opposed to kind of jumping in the deep end and kind of doing it that way. So a lot of people really, really enjoy the scheme and use the scheme. So if you're interested, all of the information's on Connect, the same way it is with our Ubeeqo cars as well. So everything's on Connect. So you get some quotes from the Knowles Fleet website, complete a form, and then send it over to our staff benefits email address, and then the process gets started essentially. So it's again a really, really nice way if you're interested in purchasing an electric vehicle, a really good way to kind of get started doing that.
Everyone, so I'm Lewis. I am your account manager at Mobility Ways, and what I wanted to talk about was the LiftShare scheme that the trust currently has available to support its employees and staff. So at Mobility Ways, what we do is we support large organisations with measuring, reducing, and reporting back on their commuter emissions. One of the ways in which we support nearly 40 NHS trusts is through our LiftShare solution. So with the cost of living crisis, struggles with on-site parking, the trust really wants to support its employees through this difficult time and has implemented a lift sharing scheme. This will also support the trust in enabling it to be able to reach its net zero target. And what I wanted to do is just give you a brief overview of how it works and how you can get started, basically. So a little bit in regards to lift sharing, our solution has been available for now over 24 years. We were the first journey matching provider in the UK, and we remain the largest. And we have approximately 700,000 members across the LiftShare community who have saved over 1 billion miles from the road network. What it's also highlighted through our 2022 commuter survey is that on regular, lift sharers save around £1,000 a year. And with the cost of living crisis, who wouldn't want to save that amount of money? So with the trust, what it does is it has its own private lift share account. So it allows staff employees to lift share with one another with ease. The community itself is only accessible by NHS employees. It's a free service to use, and you can just download the app via the Apple Play Store. Once you've downloaded the software, you just go about creating an account. You use your NHS email address, enter in your details, and basically post your journey. You can select whether you prefer to be a driver or a passenger. You can select the frequency of your journey, your shift patterns, and also you can advise potential people, staff members that you're looking to share with, how much you'd like them to potentially contribute towards the cost of sharing the journey. Just for reference, the suggested contribution scale, which we have built into the system, we calculate this per passenger based on length of trip and the HM revenue and customs approved mileage payment allowance. And the reason why we do that is to make sure no profit is made from the journey and therefore it doesn't affect your car insurance. Also, no funds are transferred through the app. It would all be needed to be negotiated externally. What we often experience is that people just take it in turns, lift sharing with one another. Who might drive one day might vary with who drives another day. So once you've posted your journey, you can then see the broad range of colleagues who have similar journeys, and you can just reach out and look to match with them. Regards to the journey and using the app, what we also have is we have a triple authentication element. So during the point of pickup, you'll just scan the QR code within your driver's app. And what that does is that enables you to track how many miles you've saved, how much CO2 you've also removed from the road as well. These journeys are time-stamped just for your own reference. There's no ongoing tracking. It just happens instantly at the point of scanning the QR code. And what we have with some of the other NHS trusts we work with is they utilize that as a way of rewarding and incentivizing modal shift and this change in behavior supporting the wider NHS net zero target. So a little bit about how the system actually works, but why us? Considering we've been going for a number of years, we also have supported a broad range of organisations with their CO2 reduction, but also supporting staff access to site, parking restraints, and other measures. So some of the private sector clients in which we work with, BBC, Heathrow, but we also have a broad range of NHS trusts. We're working with around 40 NHS trusts currently, along with a couple of ICBs as well. So just providing some feedback from end users. But what I also wanted to highlight was, after analysing 500,000 postcodes through the scoping activity which we do for clients, we discovered on average that 91% of employees had at least one person they could share with. So just in regards to some of those elements of people concerned about not being able to find a match, pleasantly surprised that on average 91% of employees had at least one person they could share with. Going back to some of the feedback, so one of our other NHS trusts, Lauren, who works at Plymouth NHS, advised how it has been nice getting to know her colleagues and how they have practiced for upcoming exams on the way to work. Sally from Jaguar Land Rover has advised how it saved her over £1,000 a year and how it's been relaxing talking to someone when travelling to and from work. And Faye from Sainsbury's advised that not only has it saved her money and made the commute easier, but it has also helped her reduce stress. And just in regards to that stress element, 44.2% of LiftShare members said car sharing made their journey less stressful. Some of the other feedback from other members, Lewis advised that his lift sharing helped him save money and make friends. Isabel advised how it saved her money, time, and helped improve her language skills by traveling with different nationalities. And Chloe advised how it enabled her to get a job she would have otherwise had to turn down due to the commute. So just going on to some of the benefits of lift sharing, we highlighted this at the start, but you're helping the NHS progress towards its net zero target. Also improving well-being, so that stress element, but it's also supporting staff with site access, obviously relieving some of those parking pressures as well. The cost-saving element, so again, on average, our lift sharers save around £1,000 per annum through lift sharing. But more excitingly, rewards and incentives. So unfortunately, I can't disclose what these are at the moment, but they're currently being discussed internally within the trust. And as soon as we have more information about how they will be rewarding staff for considering a more sustainable option, obviously we'll be communicating that outwards as well. So where do you go to sign up? The Cambridge University Hospitals NHS LiftShare community is a private community. You'd need to go to cuh.liftshare.com, log in and sign up with your NHS email address, or alternatively, you can scan the QR code and action your account straight away. But if you have any questions or queries, please feel free to reach out to myself or Katie, and we'll be eager to tell you about some of the exciting things that are due to come in the coming weeks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So yeah, so that's kind of just to conclude our sustainable cars aspect of our Sustainable Transport Week. Yeah, like Lewis said, if you've got any information or any questions that you want answering regarding LiftShare, the salary sacrifice, or the Ubeeqo business fleet, do contact myself, or if it's specific to LiftShare, then Lewis will, I'm sure, be happy to help as well. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll stop the recording, and then yeah, thank you for watching.